Okay, this will be a follow-up video to one that I did on word problems a week or so ago. Just another two examples I'm going to look at with you. So let's look at the first one. It says a movie theater charges $9 for adults and $7 for senior citizens on a day when 325 people paid an admission. The total receipts were $24.95. How many who paid were adults? How many were senior citizens? Okay, this is one you can solve it either using one variable or you can use two variables. In some cases you might be studying systems of equations and your instructor might want you to use more than one variable, so I'm going to use two variables on this one. So I'm going to let x equal the number of adults, and I'm going to let y equal to the number of senior citizens. And then just use the information they give you. Since 325 people paid, we know that x plus y should equal to 325. Now, since the adults paid $9 per person, the seniors $7 a piece, if I take 9 times the number of adults and then add to that 7 times the number of seniors, that should give me the total receipts, which they tell me is 2,495. So this should equal to 24.95. Okay, so that's your system of equations. Now you can solve this by elimination. You can solve it by substitution. You can use determinants. You can use matrices. You can use a graphic calculator. Published a video on solving systems using the TI-83 Plus graphic calculator. I'll put a link on the screen for you if you want to refer to that. There's other tutorials also you might be interested in. This one I'm just going to do it by elimination. So by elimination, you try to eliminate one of the variables by multiplying one or both equations by number. So if I want to eliminate the y, I can multiply the first equation by -7. Okay, so notice -7 times x is -7x. Added to 9x gives me 2x. And then -7y here and 7y cancel. So the left side just gives me 2x. And then multiply 325 times -7 and then add it to 24.95. And that'll give you 220. Okay, solve that equation for x. Divide both sides by 2. And you get x is equal to 110. Okay, so there were 110 adults. The total number is 325, so if we subtract 110 from the 325, that gives me the number of senior citizens, which is 225, or 215 I should say. And there you have it. Okay, let's go to the second one. Let me clear this. And I want to point out that on the first one, like I said, I used two variables, x and y, but you could have just used x, and you could have said x represents the number of adults, and then since there were 325 total, 325 minus x would represent the number of senior citizens. So then you would just have 9 times x plus 7 times parentheses 325 minus x, and set that equal to the total receipts, which is 2495. Solve for x, and you would get x would equal to the 110, and of course subtract it from 325 and you get the answer also. So you could do it either with 2 variables or 1 variable. Now the second one, I'm going to use 1 variable because that's convenient, because they're only asking for one thing here. Say a store sells cashews for $5 per pound and peanuts for $1.50 per pound. The manager decides to mix 30 pounds of peanuts with some cashews and sell the mixture for $3 per pound. How many pounds of cashews should be mixed with the peanuts so that the mixture will produce the same revenue as would selling the nuts separately? Okay, so I need a variable, so x is going to equal to, in this case, the pounds of the cashews. So we've got x is equal to the pounds of cashews that we're going to mix with the peanuts. So read the problem again. We're going to get 30 pounds of the peanuts. Okay, so we're going to take, let me clear this. So we're going to have to do it down here. So it's going to be 30 pounds. And to that, we're going to mix it with some cashews. X pounds of the cashews, so this will be 30 plus x. And this will sell for $3 per pound. So multiply this by 3. Number of pounds times the price per pound will give us the revenue. Okay, so what do we want? We want this to equal to the same revenue as would be as selling the nuts separately. So what do we get if we sell the nuts separately? So in this case, it's going to be, for the peanuts, $5 for every pound. Or I should say for the cashews. So for the cashews, it's going to be 5 pounds for every pound. $5, I'm sorry, for every pound. So we have 5 times x. And then this is going to be plus, let me go a little bit crooked here so I can avoid this part over here. Plus, and then what do we have? We have 30 pounds of peanuts. And the price there is $1.50 per pound. So this will be 1.5 or 1.50 if you want. Okay, so there's my equation. Okay, so taking 30 pounds of the peanuts, we're adding X pounds of the cashews. We want that to be $3 per pound, so multiply it by 3, and that should equal to the same revenue as we get by selling the nuts separately. So the cashews normally sell for $5 per pound, so that's 5 times X. There's 30 pounds of peanuts, and they normally sell for $1.50 per pound, so there you have it. Okay, so multiply here in the parentheses by 3. This will give me 90. So let me put that up here. 90 plus 3x. Okay, so again, multiplying through the parentheses, 3 times 30 is 90. 3 times 1x is 3x. And then on the other side, we have 5x plus, and then we have 30 times 1.50, so that will give us 45. Okay, so let's solve this for x. Let's bring this 5x over to this side, make that minus 5x, and 3x is a minus 2x. Take this 90 over to this side, makes it a minus 90, and 45 is a negative 45. Okay, we want to solve for x, so divide both sides by a negative 2. The left side will just give me x by itself. Negative 2's will cancel. And then negative 45 divided by negative 2 is 22.5. And of course the units here is in pounds. So always include your units. This one here is in pounds. So in order for this to work out, we have to add 22.5 pounds of cashews to the 30 pounds of peanuts in order to sell it for $3 and get the same revenue as would be selling the nuts separately. Okay, this concludes the video. I do want to point out to you that I have some other videos. I mentioned the solving systems. I'll put some links to my other channel where I have some other tutorials where I teach you how to solve systems using the graphing calculator, along with other math tutorials. So if you're interested in that, click on that particular link. It'll take you to my other channel. You can view those videos. And again, if you have any ideas or you want to see certain types of problems, please subscribe, and anything you post, I'll consider it and try to put up some videos that might help you in mathematics. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.